Good American Family star Imogen Faith Reid on heartbreaking episode 5. Natalia Grace was terrified of Christine, and Michael was brainwashed. Living in England, Good American Family actress Imogen Faith Reid had never heard of Natalia Grace. There was one story, she says, about scouring the British media before her audition. It wasn't until she got the part that Reid discovered Natalia's story and all that had happened. The Hulu series is a dramatization of the real-life events of Christine, Alan Pompeo, and Michael Barnett, Mark Duplass, the couple who adopted Natalia, a Ukrainian orphan with a rare and severe form of dwarfism. Each episode unfolds in flashback form, exploring what happened after the adoption. After exploring the Barnett's perspective and recounting the events that led to them eventually being accused of neglect, in this week's Good American Family, the series shifts to Natalia's point of view. For the torturous full hour, the audience sees Natalia living in the apartment the Barnetts dumped her in, having convinced themselves that she's actually an adult and has deliberately fooled them into taking her in. The dingy studio apartment isn't even accessible for Natalia as she attempts to survive independently, while she also grapples with the idea of being abandoned by her family. For Reid, 27, Good American Family was her acting debut. She had various coaches helping her move like Natalia and perfect her American accent, since Reid hails from London. She also had to learn to go through the emotional ringer, as Natalia is deemed, especially by Christine, to be a threat to the Barnett family. With Pompeo, Duplass and director Liz Garbus all on set, Reid says the cast were more than supportive of her. At one point during this episode, Michael, Duplass, whom Natalia still considers to be her dad, comes to visit her, and Natalia doesn't want him to leave. During filming, Garbus shared advice with Reid to help her crack the emotional intensity she needed. She should treat the moment like a breakup. Here, Reid shares her experience working on the show, her process, and what she hopes the real Natalia Grace will see in her performance. There were so many amazing scenes. There was one scene that I did with Mark, and Liz Garbus gave me such amazing advice. It's when Michael visits Natalia, and she just wants him back. She needs someone, and he doesn't understand what's going on. Liz said, it's almost like a breakup. It was such a heartbreaking scene. And Mark is also an incredible scene partner to shoot with. He was also just so sensitive to my emotions as an actor. That scene is so important, because it really showcases Natalia as a child, as her actual age. She's found someone whom she can relate to, and up until that point, she hasn't had that in the show. So, it showcases her just finding a friend, and finding her own self. When she says, "No, I'm 8 years old," it was so sweet. It's a really light-hearted moment and fun, and of course, it all goes wrong from there. There were multiple moments, because it's all so intense. The scene between Mark and me was intense. The scene with Ellen was tense, but again, Ellen was so amazing and always asking if I was okay. She did such a great job in the scene. It was quite demanding physically too, especially when Natalia had her tantrum. But it was great to get those emotions, as Natalia, out. I had to commend the cast and crew, because everyone was just so supportive. I think she was just trying to get it right with her. She was terrified of Christine, and Michael was brainwashed, essentially. With that scene, she's pleading, "Please don't leave me. I'll do anything you want." She's just this child who didn't know any better, and it's so heartbreaking. Natalia still wanted her, Christine's love, because that's all she kind of knew. I think I just really wanted to show that justice. I wanted her voice to be seen and heard. Episode 5 was so heavy, seeing her on her own and abandoned. It meant a lot to do it, and showcase her pain. I don't know if Natalia will watch it, but I hope she sees the light that I put into Natalia and the justice that I tried to fight for. I had an amazing acting coach who broke down the script with me, the character's intentions and what she's going through. That all really helped me as someone who had never done a speaking role before. I also had an incredible movement coach to help me navigate Natalia's movement as I was playing my own version of Natalia. As a little person, I didn't want to imitate Natalia's movement, as we have different types of dwarfisms, but also to make it more authentic in my own body. I had an amazing dialect coach to help with the accent, and working with the show's executive producers all helped me create my version of Natalia.